The old sales maxim that discovery precedes presentation still holds true. A buyer may request a product demonstration early in the sales process, but a demo at that point in time usually isn't to your advantage. You will come across as unprofessional if you demo your product before you conduct a thorough investigation of the prospect's business and its requirements, programs, problems, and goals. Superior sales results depend on superior sales leadership. A successful sales team needs a great sales leader to establish a winning sales culture. Effective sales leaders hold their sales reps accountable for meeting ambitious sales goals. Proper sales leaders insist that their reps maintain a strong incoming pipeline of selling opportunities. The reason most salespeople or sales teams are not bringing in new business at the desired rate is because they spend very little time focused on bringing in new business. Each month, sales leaders should meet individually with their reps to discuss that month's production and the reps' plans for the coming month. Sales managers must hold themselves responsible for the reps on the team. This means recruiting new sales staff members before they are needed and never hiring just average candidates. Successful salespeople are proactive and dedicated to prospecting. As a sales rep, your job is to set up new sales and build revenue. You can't be reactive or passive as you wait for new sales opportunities simply to appear as if by magic. Create, don't chase, new sales opportunities. Make your own sales luck by being proactive. Be strategic about targeting the most promising prospects as you engage in the hard work of keeping your pipeline full. This means prospecting, and more prospecting. Prospecting is a game. No is not a personal rejection, and it typically takes multiple asks to secure a meeting and multiple voice messages to earn a return call. Some salespeople's thinking about prospecting is exactly backward and self-defeating. A rep who says, "I'll prospect when I'm done taking care of my existing customers," is short-sighted. Focus on developing prospects you can convert to customers who will provide new sales and commissions. Don't mistake non-productive busyness for selling. Many salespeople spend far too little time selling. Don't waste time socializing in the rep's bullpen or in endless internal meetings. Don't become an inbox jockey. Don't pretend that being busy is the same thing as selling. Salespeople are the forward-deployed troops, those soldiers on the very front lines, on mission to take new ground, to create new customer relationships, and to expand revenue within existing relationships. Don't throw away valuable time by inviting your customers to contact you whenever they want something. Constantly serving existing customers robs you of the time you need to find new clients. Delegate tasks that don't put money in your pocket. Focus on the most valuable, lucrative activities. Believe that your products or services provide great value. Develop calendar and time management skills, smart client targeting, a tight focus on prospecting, and a great message. Keep your message simple. Explain the wonderful results that prospects can expect. Show that you want your customers to succeed. Sellers need to close hot opportunities, advance active opportunities, and create new opportunities. These three sales verbs should always be top of mind. For the sake of productivity, handle new business development first thing in the morning. Develop an effective sales story that doesn't involve bragging about your products or services. Learn to achieve excellent outcomes for your prospects and customers. Get on the telephone. Make lots of cold calls. Ask for appointments. Don't let resistance, voicemails, or gatekeepers deter you. Resistance comes with the territory. Share insights and ideas when you meet prospects. Don't let hearing no knock you off your feet. Move gracefully past refusals to get to yes. That's how sales works. The 2016 U.S. presidential election provides valuable lessons for salespeople. The 2016 U.S. presidential election surprised the world. The story of how Donald Trump beat favorite Hillary Clinton to become the 45th President of the United States offers lessons that embody universal sales truths. Salespeople will win new business when they apply these truths to their selling activities, and they'll lose sales if they ignore them. The 7 valuable sales lessons are: people, buyers, act in their own self-interest, and your messaging matters. Make your sales story about your customers and what they consider important, never about you and what you consider important. Clinton didn't communicate that way with voters. Her messages seemed inconsistent and focused on herself. Trump's messaging consistently focused on how he would make things better for Americans. Make sure your messages resonate with your customers. Don't take your longtime, loyal customers for granted. Before the 2016 election, the Rust Belt states had voted reliably Democratic. Apparently assuming these states were secure, Clinton paid little attention to their voters. Trump campaigned there vigorously. The sales lesson is to treat your best customers like they are your most important customers. Otherwise, they may abandon you. Prospects and customers do not always tell the truth. Before Election Day, most polls predicted a strong Clinton win. Quite possibly, many people who planned to vote for Trump didn't want to go on the record about their plans when speaking with pollsters. The sales lesson is to take what prospects tell you with a grain of salt. The deal is won before and after the big presentation, not in the boardroom or convention center. The 2016 Democratic convention was well orchestrated, while, in contrast, the Republican convention seemed somewhat disorganized. Nevertheless, Trump won and Clinton lost. The sales lesson is that you can make the most brilliant boardroom presentation to the top executives at a prospective firm but still lose the sale to a competitor who works harder in the field. Don't make false promises or name your product something it is not. During the campaign, Trump said he would repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare. Clinton said she would extend and expand it. The problem for Clinton was that, for many Americans, the Affordable Care Act wasn't affordable. The sales lesson is that you must describe your products or services with great accuracy. Trashing your competitors' supporters will come back to haunt you. You want to win as large a number of prospects as possible. You can't do that if you ridicule the people who support your competitors. That's what Clinton did during her campaign when she publicly stated that you could put half of Trump's supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables. If you find yourself selling in a hostile setting, be steady. You won't win over the decision makers if you insult them. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. The most experienced sales professionals know not to spend their fat commissions before they close the sale and the customer signs the agreement and pays you. Sadly, Clinton's campaign paid in advance for a celebratory election night fireworks display. The New York Post broke the story with the metaphorical lead, "This could blow up in her face." And it did. Never celebrate sales until the check is in your hand and clears the bank. The sales world is desperate for rigor and discipline around the fundamentals, not fancy new tricks. About the author Mike Weinberg is a consultant, coach, speaker, author, and sales expert who focuses on new business development and sales management.